There's always some great stuff arriving here at the channel, and every so often we'll round up some of the best bits for your enjoyment. So let's see what we've got. Orbitkey, best known for their key carry solution, which was launched on Kickstarter in 2013, and since then it and them have gone on from strength to strength. The concept here is simple: stop your keys jangling, make everything neater and more compact, and stop your keys from stabbing you in the leg and scratching all your stuff. Over the years, Orbitkey have evolved the range into a variety of different colours and finishes, but arguably the most interesting additions to the range have only recently made an appearance with the launch of the Star Wars collection. Now this features 6 designs inspired by the iconic characters from the movies, and they're all limited edition. Now each one comes with a collector's card, and marked on the inside of each Orbitkey is a phrase specifically associated with that character. First up we have Obi-Wan Kenobi in brown suede with an ivory leather lining reminiscent of the robes he wears, and we have brown stitching and gunmetal black hardware and a debossed lightsaber motif. His phrase, and I'm sure you know this already, is "Hello there." Then we have Darth Vader, black leather with a bit of a sheen, polished black metal hardware, black stitching, black leather interior, and this red debossed lightsaber motif. His phrase is "Impressive, most impressive." When it comes to ugly, you don't have to look much further than the Sith Lord Emperor Palpatine, with a face like an ancient scrotum but with teeth. Palpatine is also very much on the dark side, and we have here black Saffiano textured leather, purple stitching and purple leather lining to match his very nice robes. His phrase, "Power, unlimited power," but said a little bit more like this. Then we have Boba Fett, the bounty hunter, and the nylon camo colour scheme and maroon leather lining pay homage to his action-ravaged helmet and chest plate. The hardware is, of course, gunmetal, and his phrase is "as you wish," or more like "as you wish," or is it more like "as you wish"? And for fans of the more recent Star Wars series, we have the Mandalorian, or Mando, and this one has a black Crazy Horse leather band with brown stitching and a brown leather lining and Beskar armoured inspired polished hardware. His phrase is "this is the way." And finally we have Grogu, which I used to call Baby Yoda, and this version is in a light tan suede to match the robes he wears, with a light green suede lining to symbolise that Grogu is also green and a little bit fuzzy. There's also green stitching and matte aluminium silver hardware. Coming up with his phrase will have been a bit tricky because he doesn't actually speak, but we do see "don't be afraid" on the lining here, which is in fact Mando's phrase, who was trying his best to keep Grogu safe. And if that all wasn't enough, Orbitkey have also released a Star Wars version of their really nice desk mat. Now I've been using one of these quite well now and I'm a big fan. So we have a desk mat, and this channel along here is for keeping your pen in place, but in addition to that it's magnetic with this movable cable holder here, which is really convenient as well. The mat itself is made from vegan leather, or to put it another way, not leather, and it has a separate layer here which is like a thick felt that also protects the desk and is an ideal place to keep documents to hand that you're working on. The Star Wars versions match what you might call the dress code of Obi-Wan and Darth Vader, so brown and cream here for Obi-Wan with a blue lightsaber motif, and black for Vader with a red lightsaber motif. And there's other nice detailing too. Each mat comes in 2 sizes, and I'll put the dimensions on the screen now, and the price is $95 for what they call the medium one and $115 for the large. Now unfortunately the Orbitkey Star Wars range is not available everywhere, which is down to the Star Wars license limitations, and the UK and Europe at the moment completely miss out. I know, that's not good. But if you're in any of these places, you're in luck. Now, I've spoken to Orbitkey and they are in the process of trying to extend their license to cover the UK and Europe. So all I can say is, may the force be with them. I've been using the Larq PureVis water bottle for some time now and loving it. It filters out the nasty stuff and kills bacteria, and the water tastes better, is better for you and safer to drink when travelling. So when Larq came out with a pitcher for use in the home utilising the same technology to provide both filtration and purification, I was very keen to give it a go. And Larq are kindly sponsoring this video, so a big thank you to them for supporting the channel. Okay, the packaging here is very nice indeed, and this looks like a premium product right from the get-go. And when it comes out the box, it doesn't disappoint at all. The attention to detail and the quality of materials used here is really evident. This might be made out of plastic, but it is anything but plasticky. It has a textured finish here, and little details like the rubber insert on the handle really set it apart. Everything fits together really well. Even the way the water flows through from the filter is visually impressive, and very importantly, it pours nicely too, so you can top up glasses around the table with confidence and without getting everything wet. It also looks great in the kitchen and around the house, and it's available in this pure white and also this Monaco blue. It holds 1.9 litres of water, which is around 8 cups. And there are two key elements to this pitcher. One is the filter and one is the PureVis UVC technology. The filter comes in two options. They are called Essential and Advanced, and which you use depends on the quality of your water. Both are plant-based filters which employ something called nano zero filter technology and tackle chlorine, mercury, cadmium, copper, pesticides and lots more. And then you have the advanced filter, which costs a little bit more but has additional properties and filters out pharmaceuticals, lead, benzene, microplastics, and also a lot more as well. In fact, there is a ridiculously long list of contaminants that these filters eliminate that can be found on the Larq website. Now, what's interesting is that once chlorine is removed, traditional filters become the perfect breeding ground for bacteria in just a couple of weeks, and they can then become a source of reverse contamination. And that's where the Larq PureVis technology comes in. The part known as the PureVis wand uses UVC light technology as the water is filtering through to neutralize any biocontaminants such as bacteria, and it does it all automatically when filtering and every 6 hours in between, providing self-cleaning water purification. The battery in the PureVis wand is rechargeable using this magnetic charging lead, which connects to any USB power socket, and once charged this will last for about a month. The technology in here also monitors the water use and number of filtration cycles, and using Bluetooth technology links to an app on your smartphone to give you water consumption, battery level and filter information, prompting you when the filter needs changing, which for the record is after filtering about 60 gallons of water, and that is about 50% more than traditional filters. 60 gallons, by the way, is 273 litres, which is an awful lot of plastic bottles. So I've been using this for a while now, and the key takeaways for me are, one, that I'm actually drinking more water, and that's probably because this thing is very visible in the kitchen and close to hand and convenient, and also because I know I'm not drinking chlorine and microplastics, lead, pesticides and pharmaceuticals, so I know the water is always going to taste great and be good for me. And that brings me to the second point, and that is the taste. And I've been doing some blind taste tests and the difference is obvious. The water here from the Larq has no taste, it's just really refreshing, whereas the water out the tap here tastes, well, let's say metallic with a hint of swimming pool. And finally, I've now scrubbed bottled water off my shopping list, and that has to be a good thing for A, my pocket, and B, the planet. So I've been using the Quadlock phone mounting system for some years now. It first started with me looking for a secure method to mount my phone on my mountain bike, which is a tough ask of any mount. Then it made sense to put one in the car and also one on the desk. And the desk one I've been using also has this wireless charging head for added convenience. Now, if I was looking for any drawbacks, I would probably point to the raised back of the phone case, which some people find a little bit ugly. And also the fact that sometimes when you're trying to get it on there and twist it into position, it can sometimes be just a little bit fiddly. But now we have something completely new from Quadlock, a new range of products with a great new feature, and that is very exciting. Well, it's exciting to me, at least, as an existing Quadlock user. And that is something they are calling MAG, and there's no prizes for guessing what MAG refers to. The first thing to note is that the case has changed, and you can see that it is flat when you look at the back, and that's a clever trick as it looks exactly the same size, but on closer examination it's actually a couple of millimeters thicker. And interestingly, this ring here on the back, which is new, can be changed to one which is a different color, so you can customize it a little bit, and there are 7 colors to choose from. I've got a gray one here, and it's a simple process of just pushing on the 4 clips here, and then the ring comes out, and you slot in the replacement, and there you have a customized color highlight. Like the old case, when we look at the inside, you've got this sort of suede spongy lining, although the one on the new case is actually a little bit more spongy than the old, and that's probably as a result of the additional thickness. The case though does transform the use from this to this, and the new magnetic way of attaching it is much quicker and much more convenient. It makes the twist method, which I've really had no complaints about, suddenly feel quite clunky. Now, these magnets really hold the phone strongly in place, but even so, I wouldn't trust them on my mountain bike, or say if I had a motorbike for that matter. Although the good news is that the new case will still work with the old twist mounts, although it is worth pointing out that the old case, as you might imagine, doesn't work with the new magnetic mount. So I'm very happy with the more fiddly but more secure existing mount on my bike, but much prefer the magnetic mount for everything else. So what are the new options? Well, we have a new magnetic head and also a wireless charging magnetic head. So this can replace the old twist head on certain existing mounting options, like my desk mount here and certain car mounts. And what's interesting is the new magnetic mount with the inbuilt inductive charging is thinner than the old one, and it's made out of anodized aluminium and feels really solid in the hand, whereas the old inductive charging system is much more plasticky. So they've really kind of moved it up a notch with this new system. Then we have a couple of brand new desk charging options. We have this charging pad, and this is substantial in terms of weight. It's made from anodized aluminium as well, and I have to say that the detail and quality looks and feels excellent. It has a light sensor at the back here, so if you have something charging on here, you have a light on the front to show that it's charging, but at night those lights are dimmed so they are not disturbing you whilst you sleep. And there is a nano suction base to stop it sliding around on the desk, and if you don't know what that is, it is a kind of a tacky surface, and if it ever gets covered in lint or dust, you can just wash it under the tap or wipe it down and it's as good as new again. The magnet layout ensures perfect charging alignment, and this uses the standard Qi charging technology. Then we have what I consider to be the most impressive addition to the range, and that is the MAG dual desktop wireless charger, which can charge 2 devices at once. So your phone goes there, it can also be in that orientation, and then you might have something like AirPods or another phone that you want to charge on the bottom there. This is also made from anodized aluminium. It has 2 friction pivot points there, so no screws to adjust it, just works. And it also folds flat, so you can take it with you on your travels. Although if traveling light is your thing, you might want to leave this at home because it is really heavy. On the bottom, this one also has the micro suction pad. All these improvements and new features have breathed new life into what was already a really desirable product range. If, like me, you record video either from your phone or a dedicated camera, then this could be of interest. This is the digital wireless microphone system from Hollyland and consists of not just 1 but 2 wireless audio microphones. Audio quality can make or break a video, and if you've never used a wireless mic setup before, this can be a game changer. You can move around without cables getting in the way or without the audio fading in and out. And when I say move around in real world use, you can easily be 40 meters away from the camera. 30 odd meters now.
Yeah, we're a good 30 odd meters away.
And potentially as much as 200 meters away with pure line of sight and no obstacles. The microphones here are charged through the supplied USB case and have a runtime of 8 hours, and the case can recharge each mic twice, a similar system to your wireless earphones. Both mics switch on automatically and connect to the receiver when they are removed from the case, and then the light on the receiver comes on to show that you have a connection. You have a light for each transmitter, and you have a noise cancelling system to get rid of background noise, and that's activated by pressing the yellow button on the mic. And you'll notice if I press it on this mic, the mic goes green, but so does the other mic. So pressing noise cancellation on either mic triggers noise cancellation for both. Now, it's worth mentioning when it comes to noise cancellation that it does have an effect on the audio quality, and there are reports of it clipping the audio. So I would only use the noise cancellation feature if it was really necessary. Each microphone has an on-off switch and a USB-C charging port, so if you want to, you can ditch the charging case. Also, each microphone comes with a mini dead cat to cut out wind noise. On the receiver, the 2 switches here for controlling the volume from low to medium to high, and if you press and hold this mode switch, it toggles between mono mode and stereo mode, and the blue light denotes that it's in stereo mode and it switches to green for mono mode. Stereo mode puts each microphone onto a separate left or right channel, so the 2 voices are separated. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2.
That might be annoying.
Yeah, that could be. In terms of attaching the receiver to the camera, that's very simple. We've got here a TRS cable, so it plugs into the 3.5mm there, and that plugs into your camera. But if you're using it with a phone, you've also got a Lightning to TRS connection and a USB-C to TRS connection. So this will work with mobile phones as well as dedicated cameras. The Hollyland does have a couple of drawbacks. There's no option to attach a lavalier microphone and no visible reference to show the set volume level. Also, there's no on microphone backup recording, which is a feature you'll find on the more expensive competition. The Hollyland, though, does win in a couple of key areas, and the first and most obvious one is the size. These microphones are super tiny and therefore remove the need to some extent to plug in a lavalier mic because these are so lightweight. In fact, they weigh only 12 grams. They are much smaller and lighter than the competition. The other key point to note is the price. The Hollyland solution we see here costs £150, whereas the competition from Rode and DJI costs nearly twice as much. So if you're looking for a wireless microphone system, this should be on your list, particularly if you are drawn to the very small form factor of these microphones. Also, if you are on a tighter budget and you need a dual microphone setup, then this to me is pretty much a no-brainer. I featured this in the past. This is the InCharge X from Roland Square, and this is a 6-in-1 charging and data transfer mini cable. It has USB-C and A on one end and micro USB-C and Lightning on the other, and makes the perfect emergency cable that can fit on a keyring. And if you want to know more, I'll link to that review here. And Rollin Square haven't stopped there. They've been developing their range further with 3 new options. These are the InCharge XL, same idea, but with a longer cable. So these are available in 3 different lengths. We have a 30 centimeter version, a 2 meter version, and a very long 3 meter version for when power or data is very hard to reach. There are also 3 different color options in the cream, the yellow and the black. All these cables can deliver 100 watts of power. That's effective for USB-C fast charging of, say, a laptop. And these cables also support data transfer of up to 480 megabits per second. The 2 and 3 meter lengths come with a silicone sleeve case, and the end cap, as you can see now, is much harder to lose. In my view, these are great options for travel or for the weight conscious digital nomad, or can make a great addition to your tech kit. Just be aware that if you need to charge more than one thing at the same time, you will need more than just one. If you don't, then this could be all you need. Check out their website for pricing, and I'll put links in the description below, as the InCharge XL is just coming to the end of a crowdfunding campaign at the time of filming. If you want to see more videos where I showcase a range of products, then just check out this playlist here. That's it for this video. Thank you as always for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.